Hi everyone, today I'm going to be doing a craft room tour as I just cleaned it for a rent inspection, so I thought I'd show everyone the imperfect craft room. This is a sign that I got from like a vintage market. I'm not sure if it's real vintage, but it's very thin, and that just hangs on my craft room door. It's Craft and Needlepoint, Pleasantville Community Club, Happy Sewing Ladies. So we walk into my craft room, and we have my mannequin head, some bias tape, which I have a lot of. I don't know if it's called bias tape, but I'll show you more of that later. And we come in and I've got the IKEA cubes, and then on top, I'm not sure if this way would be better. On top I have cubes from Kmart here in Australia, and then on top I have the rolls of strapping, a project I did in high school, which was I can't remember exactly what it's called, but it's like making a plain box like have something interesting inside, basically. So these are all my fabric rolls on scraps. This one is, sorry if it's moving a bit, this one is scraps behind this jar of paper clips. So we have scraps, and then we have coloured fabrics. These are some projects that I've done. This is felt, and these are some bunnies that I want to make more of. So we have another thing of scraps. These are some dolls that I sampled. So one's got a small head, but this one is probably, if I make some more with the bigger head, be good. Some cutout. These are my cutout squares in this basket. There's feathers in this vintage tin, and this is scraps. Up the top we have some fabrics that my sister got in Mongolia for me, so I need to make her some cushions. Over here we have some of the lace and tulle and things. So this is wedding lace my friend gave me, left over from her wedding dress, and this is some lace from, I think, one of my auntie's wedding dresses, but I dyed it blue when I was at TAFE. And then there's some tulle, some more cardboard to wrap fabric. This fabric is from my nana. Her husband bought it for her, my granddad. Fabric, I can't remember where this one's from. And then some more from various people. So some from my nan, some on my travels, some from my friend Roslyn, and lots people have given me, like my friend Erin and stuff, which is most of the stuff in my craft room is what people have given me. So you come down to, and this, so this shelf is just it's quite far back and in the side, so it's a really narrow sort of one compared to the IKEA one, so that's why it's safe. But if I had children or like probably a cat, but I don't, I would secure that to the wall still, because it could possibly fall down, I'm not sure. But we moved to the IKEA shelves and my mannequin's in the corner. And I've just started to label these. So here's my iron. So this is my wool, yarn and thread. By thread I mean like this, but this kept getting caught onto the actual wool. So this is like twine thread. If you can see. Yeah. So there's that. And if we move here, these are all like my chemicals. So glue, deodorant, paint stripper, some sealers and everything like that. They're just in there. I'm hoping to get like a box or something to make this a bit neater. And if we go over here, this is my pens, pencils, and I just put that jar back up there for now because it will fall. But I'm hoping to get drawers, which they have at IKEA, just to make it a bit neater. But it's still pretty neat though. This is a tin my sister made me when we were, does it say the date on it? I think she put the date on it. So in 2001 she made this. And it's a bit faded now, but I'm not sure if you can see. It's gonna focus, but it's got my name and what goes in there, and she's got all my favourite stickers on it. So she made this when we were very small. Pretty sure she was mean to me and felt bad. But yeah, oops, I did it again. Brittany. This is one of my favourite pieces. Some pen ink is on it, but I think that just adds to how much it's loved. And these ones are from IKEA. When I was younger they used to be on my wall, and they're just, I think they're for cutlery, but they're like a tin bucket which I put a sticker on. So I have a few of those, and one with scissors and different bits and pieces. This is my favourite little section. Oh, I don't know where that came from. This is my favourite little section because I have this. So this is a vintage sewing machine drawer. I think I got this, it's sort of expensive, like $10, from another market, vintage market that I attended. I had to re-glue it, so I have glued this emblem back on, and I had to clean it up and everything. It was very rough. It was probably a bit expensive, but I really like it. And then these jars are coffee jars back when these are really old, when they did the different patterns on them. So I think these two are the same, but Makona did the pattern on it, which they still do sometimes, but these are from gonna say 2009. Was it my other house? And then if we move these jars, this box up this way, this box I found at another market, and this box was just $5, so it's a bit rough. It's not like perfectly, I'm not sure if it was someone practicing or they're just using up scraps, which I think is pretty cool. But yeah, so it's just, not even sure how old it is, but it's got nails and things in it. And the back, I think it might meant to be the other way, but the back's sort of lower a bit. It's a bit hard to show. But what I've done is, hang on a second. What I've done is my sister, I think it was my sister, I was drinking these drink things, but they're like milk bottles. And now they're not going to go back in because I've moved something the wrong way. But so this one I covered. I was going to sell that as like an art piece, but I'm not sure, it's just got feathers in it. But the rest have beads, mainly beads, a few of those decorative buttons that I've used before on my peg magnets, and pennies and money, not usable money, and gems, lots of gems. So yeah, they all fit in there quite nicely. There's room at the front for like two of these sort of tins. They just go in there, and these. So that's some jewellery making stuff, basically. And then, so a tip is, the wooden ones are vintage buttons, but I had a lot, and these ones aren't. I thought, well, they're quite different, so I put them all together, and this jar is just full, there's even a pin in there, of vintage buttons. I had the brown separate, that's why they're like that, but I thought, well, I'm trying to condense everything down, so that's why everything is in the spare jars up on another shelf, and there's a spare jar here and a spare box. So these are my other bits and pieces. So there's a bit of glare on that, but I've just got all my charms and jewellery making things all together for when I make boho beads and necklaces or whatever I'm making at the time, and I've labelled down the side because it wouldn't fit. So jewellery, clasps and findings. So that's also got charms and different bits and pieces in it. We have a spare jar now to use. There's some clay which I haven't really got that into yet, which I keep in some Tupperware, and some more beading things. So that's all beading and clasps, and there's just so many bits and pieces I've collected and given. So they're for rings. This one here's ring things. There's earring hooks and peg posts, elastic, bead necklace ends, I guess. There's some peg, what are they called? Pops. I don't know what they're called. Some book rings. Yeah, some jewellery ends, necklace choker ends, a ribbon, just lots of things. Lots and lots of things in that section. And then we come over to here, and I haven't labelled these, but this is all, this is card making. So, yeah, this is all card making things, and all stuff. So these two cubes sort of go together. So this is ephemera, and they're both ephemera. So it's got my partner's name on it. So that's to make it, and this is more of like it finished off everything, which I've labelled and sorted out in this box but into smaller boxes. Probably move that over to the sewing machine. So what I've done in here is I have got smaller boxes. So like this is magic, or like that sort of genre, and then I've got flowers and things which I've made. This round thingy was given to me. I broke it by accident, but didn't really know what to use it for, so I just separated all the little, it's not really focusing, all the little pieces that I've made. And we have, what's this one, nature, and these boxes were from AliExpress, and they're very small. They're like, I think they're for sandwiches, so you can find them anywhere for cheap. This one's, I don't know, I think this one's mixed, and then we have sort of the Disney theme, so Alice in Wonderland stickers. It's not really focusing, is it? There we go, Alice in Wonderland. And we have some Pooh Bear stuff in there, everything like that. And then the rest is stickers, so there's lots of stickers. Got some bookends, book corners I mean. So these were from AliExpress too. I have some Tim Holtz ones somewhere. His are a bit bigger. Oh, these are punched, just punch shapes, so circles. And then this box is for, this box is a tackle box. Stickers, lots and lots of stickers. Some to be good for boho, which is the bindi spot. Yeah, bindi spot. Some cameos and those buttons. And then foam pieces, and I've had this since I was in primary school, this box, and most of the foam pieces as well, but I haven't found a lot of projects to use them up. And then the rest is just heaps of different stickers, which I keep at the bottom, but these are a good idea to separate your different themes, working on your junk journals or birthday cards or something. So I really like that. I really like that idea. And then I also have one that didn't quite fit. Well, it probably could fit, but this is the one I want to work on now. So this is all sewing ephemera in here. And down the bottom there's some more. This is a shoebox, so I use a lot of shoe boxes. They're not mine, I don't really have that many shoes, but they are everyone else. I get them to keep their shoe boxes for me. So yep, and here we have scrap. This is just scrap papers, so that's boring. Down here is where I keep, I think Misty put some foam stuff on the floor. The dog. So down here is where I keep got my pegs, my Christmas things, my new circle cutter and mat and my envelope punch board. Down the bottom is some things I've made for Christmas, which I'll save for next Christmas, like the lollipops and covers and things. And then I have a lot of my boho beads down there too, which I haven't put up for sale or anything yet. Not sure I want to. Washi tape. So this is a new box that I just got, and this could, I don't know if I like it, but I just got this big box and just filled it with washi tape. So this is a 7 litre, so it's not that big, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure about this storage solution just yet. And then down the bottom in the second shoe box, in the other shoe box, I've got my felt. There's some more foam pieces. This is all my pom-poms and stuff. Let's open it. So this is pom-poms I've made, felt things I've made, doll that I've started. So this is all like wool and felting, needle felting. Here's my inks and stamps, and they're just in shoe boxes as well, so just in shoe boxes with the lids. So here's all my stamps and things, and that could be better organised, but that works for now. And then here's all my stamps, just stacked in here. That's not meant to be in here, but they're all my stamps. And there's some rollers and some ink for my calligraphy pencil, pen. Down here, I can't remember what's down here. Oh, so iron-ons and more pom-poms. So this basket has got more pom-poms again. So I was making a pom-pom rug, that's why. But you need a lot of pom-poms for that. So I just keep, it's there. These are packaging when I sell my orders. Up to this shelf is my zips, which again, this tins from my childhood, but I have all my zips in this box. I'll just show you this box. This is a tin. So as I was saying, the zips exploded everywhere, so I had to pause for that. It's good to keep things sometimes. So in here's my embroidery floss, which I have wrapped around some old cards, so that's all in colours too. This is hard doing with one hand. Okay, so this is how I store my embroidery. So I have these old cards. Is it going to focus? And I just have, it's a bit mixed up now, I just have them in colours. So I've got my blues, greens, beiges. So pretty much they're in colours, and I've also got some lace in here. I think because I was working on the doll, so I just got lace, and I've made these cards with the envelope punch. So there's some mixed up in here, just because of what I was working on. But that's how I store those, and I also write down. Some didn't have numbers, but I also write down Ugh, don't focus. Okay. I'll put this down. Okay, so I write down very messily the thread name and the number. There we go, it focused. And of course I picked the one that's the really hard to read, but the thread and the number of thread. So some of them don't have, simply because they may have came in a kit and not had numbers, but there's some other one that's like, so they're all written underneath. That one doesn't have one. They're mainly anchor. So this one didn't have a number. Yep, so they all have their cards. That's how I store that. And then that's going to be out of order afterwards. And then just machine thread, pretty boring. Yeah, it's in colour order too in each section. Pretty much. Unless someone's used it and mixed it up. So that's the storage cubes. Other things I have on top are these, like I said, these books. It's a card, but it's also tin. Sister. Alice Danlos pen. And yeah, that's my storage cubes, and they take up, so that's the door. Can see my bins, but that's the door, and then that's the window. So just before most of the wall.